The Charlotte Hornets control the tap. Walker to Batum. Down to 5 on the 24. Batum. His first effort off the mark. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Joe Ingles. Rubio. Add 2 points to the board.
Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle, oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
And a chance coming up at the line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Kemba Walker at the line for 2 shots. A career 83% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Jay, we talk about it all the time. The coaches in this league, who best puts their players in a position to shine? And now I give you Quinn Snyder.
I remember Quinn Snyder, after an ugly loss to Atlanta last year, really made some changes to their system. And here's the thing I love about Quinn Snyder. He recruited me when I was 15 and 16 years old. He was an assistant coach at Duke. The way he spoke to me really got me to buy in. He taught me that it was about being part of something bigger than yourself. And when you buy into what Quinn Snyder preaches, that's how you end up beating OKC in the first round NBA playoffs.
To Walker. Not that time. Here's Rubio up top. Down 2. Five seconds to shoot. Gobert. Mitchell hits it in the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
And body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
Donovan Mitchell with a chance at a 4-point play for his career 80% at the line. 3-pointer plus a free throw on that trip. Into the front court, it's Walker. Down just a couple. Nothing going here on that drive. Walker. Jumper's good.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Mitchell with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Joe Ingles. Short jumper off the mark. Hornets have the basketball. Walker. Probing the defense. Short jumper won't fall.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Here comes the screen. To Gobert. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for. Now whistle, and Charlotte is going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. New blood coming in for both sides. Walker. Shot from in close, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Allen. Gets it in the right corner. The Jazz with 4 in the shot clock has a look. Mitchell's shot comes up empty.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Screen coming. And the rebound taken in by the Jazz. Grayson Allen. The shot blocked by Williams.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Charlotte basketball. Walker. Knocked loose. That's a momentum play right there. Beyond the arc for 3. Great defense, forcing the miss. Straight up at the buzzer for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start the game. After one, it's the visiting Jazz who are in front. Jay and I return to Uptown Charlotte after this. This is the NBA, and it's on EA Sports. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Parker to Nick Batum. Here comes the screen. Can't connect. Rudy Gobert returns last year. The Jazz go on their run. Jay, how reliant is Utah on the Frenchman?
I would say pretty heavily, considering he's the reigning NBA Defensive Player of the Year, and his footwork on the perimeter to guard pick and pops, especially in the West where people are playing small ball, is imperative for this team. This team has to win it on a defensive end. That is the mentality of the Utah Jazz. Old school, like the old days with Byron Russell and John Stockton. That's the way they'll win games.
Batum. And the Jazz have it into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. Screen coming. Rubio. Five to shoot for Utah. Short jumper misses. Parker with it. His team down 9. To Batum.
Lock up.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Rubio into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Favors. Hornets come up with it. Shot from the lane won't go. Here's Rubio up top. His team up by 7. Ricky Rubio. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now a timeout coming here from the Hornets coach as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Parker to Kemba Walker. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Kemba Walker trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is... Jay, 48 wins for Utah last year. Good for 5th in the West. What's the forecast now?
I know Jazz fans may hate me on this one, but they'll be 5th or worse. And the reason why I'm saying this is that every team above them has 2 superstars or more. Think about Houston, CP3, James Harden, Golden State, okay? They have 5 All-Stars on their team. Portland, Dame Lillard, CJ McCollum. Also OKC, Paul George, and you think about Russell Westbrook. Who is going to be that second superstar to go along with Donovan Mitchell is a big-time question for Quinn Snyder.
Parker into the front court. Down 6. Batum. They love this hustle. Walker. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Mitchell with the basketball. Leads 4. Short jumper stays out. A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And the finish at the rim.
There was so much debate going on about who is the best gem in the 2017 NBA draft. Was that Jason Tatum? But a lot of people... Great find by Dennis Lindsey, the GM for the Jazz. At 13 overall, he wound up leading all rookies in scoring, averaging 20.5 points per game.
Here's Rubio into the front court. They lead it, 4-point game. Down low for Gobert. And it's Williams there to secure the rebound. Parker to Nick Batum. To Walker. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's good. And it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. First half in the books. The Jazz out in front.
It's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Jazz are in a tight battle after 2 quarters, and they've been showing off some excellent shooting, and it's ultimately points that win games. So if they can keep this up, there's a great chance they can finish with a victory. These are the guys getting buckets. For the Utah Jazz, the Hornets, aren't down by much after 2 quarters.
And even though they're losing, you don't see a lack of confidence from their shooters. That could be the difference for them in the second half.
Have a look at the leading scores. For the Charlotte Hornets,
Game track. Hornets in the paint.
these teams decided to get physical with each other in the first half, putting an emphasis on close-range scoring. You may have heard me say it before, you need a soft touch to finish in the paint.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Nicholas Batum hasn't put a single point on the scoreboard. If I was a teammate, I'd be doing my best to remind him he's still got 2 more quarters to change things around. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that happen. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Utah ball. To Favors. Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Walker into the front court. His guys down 3. And he drains it.
No fading on that shot. Strictly up and down.
Fundamentals 101. Mitchell with it up top. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Guys now down by a point. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. He's now 5 for 6.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Mitchell with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. Hornets grab it.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
He gets it.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. 1 bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Walker with the basketball. Up by 3. To Batum. Walker. Trying to cash in. Won't go. Donovan Mitchell with the rock. They get it down to Gobert. Rudy Gobert. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now. Into the front court, it's Walker. Leads 1. To Nick Batum.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Knocked loose. Hornets come up with it. From the painted area, won't go down. To Favors. From long range. Can't get the bounce. Walker into the front court. Leads just a point. And he's going to the free throw line.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
First free throw is good. And he makes them both. Rubio into the front court. Down 3. Oh, he blocked it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
No good. Another shot won't go up on the dunk there.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
And the rebound taken in by Utah. To Rubio. Nothing going here on that drive. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First one, count it. Two for 2 on that trip.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guys now trailing by a point. Here comes the screen. To Parker. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. To Allen. Nothing going here on that drive. The Jazz with 4 on the shot clock. Another chance. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. Jazz have the lead. Hornets with the first possession here in the fourth quarter. We've got a one-possession game going on. This has the look of a race that's going down to the wire.
And it looked that way from the very beginning, but this is where the coaches and the best players on the floor really earn their money down the stretch. It's game time.
Grayson Allen. Here comes the screen. Got it.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Hornets at the controls of this one. Probing the defense to Kemba Walker. Nothing going here on that drive. It's Crowder with the rebound. Grayson Allen. Walker with the basketball. Down a point. To Batum. Walker to Nick Batum. Here comes the screen. Williams' shot won't go. Shot from the lane won't go. Charlotte with the basketball. Walker. Nice pass to get things going.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Grayson Allen. Baseline drive, but he can't finish.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss.
To Gobert. Rudy Gobert looking good, 4 for 5.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
To Allen. Here's a chance from long range. Not going down here. And that's rejected by Gobert, the stifle tower.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Now whistle and a timeout for Utah. That's their first. Leaves them with one remaining the rest of the way.
I know the fans didn't get a chance to hear this during the break, but the coaches are wearing a mic for the broadcast. I heard a lot of arguing inside the huddle. It lets you know that the intensity level is pretty high going into the fourth.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Rubio. To Favors. Add 2 points to the board.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
And they call it.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Batum. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Batum. It's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Oh, that was a big-time shot. But more impressive than the shot, the bench reactions. I love the celebration tactics. This is why you love this game.
Nikola Batum with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 83%. Here's Rubio up top. They're down 3. To Gobert. Rubio. Screen coming. Curling inside. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Yes, I love this move. Send him to the line. Chances are probably good he doesn't make both. And you also stop the clock while getting another possession.
Jay Crowder has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 79% at the line. First try, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Into the front court, it's Walker. Leads a bucket. Knocked loose. Jazz have it. To Rubio. Here comes the screen. Rubio. 4-3, and he burns them.
They absolutely needed that. Great job by the offense.
Walker into the front court. They trail by 1. To Batum. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Rubio. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Now a timeout from the Hornets coach. They trail by 2. And the question, do they look for the tie in overtime? Or do they go for it all with a 3? It's the Jazz who come away with the victory as they win a close one by 2. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Jazz
almost let this one get away from them, but they managed to get the victory. And it's always great to watch a team with such an unselfish approach to the game. Plenty of assists were delivered throughout this contest.
What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored. For the Utah Jazz, the Charlotte Hornets
just couldn't close this one out.
The way they shot the ball was outstanding. But even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today. The Hornets got their score from the guys you're seeing here on screen.
Game track. Field goals.
Neither of these teams were able to make much of an impact on defense. As you can see here, they were each pretty successful with some efficient scoring.
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.